So we're learning the song Brother John or Frere Jacques, and all the notes are given to you here at the bottom to help you. And you can read by looking at C, D, E, C. I would prefer if your eyes start to zoom out a little bit and actually look at the note heads, the black little circles that you see. And then that way you can learn how to read notes. So the right hand is on C position, thumb on C, and these chords for the left hand are, on top. So ignore whatever C chords, left hand is just telling you play C chord, one per bar. That's why it's one of the simplified songs. But the rhythm is not exactly simple here, right? With the eighth notes. So I hope you have seen those videos practicing eighth notes. Now let's just practice the first part. Right hand in C position. C, step up, skip down. Repeat that C, step up, skip down. And then E, and then step up. And same thing again. And step up. Now comes this difficult part with the eighth notes. So I would practice rhythm apart. So if I've been going at that rhythm, 2, because there's 2 beats. 2, then I would just play G, but this rhythm, but only play it on one note. What's the rhythm of this? So 2/8, 2/8, quarter. That's the rhythm. So when you have a difficult rhythm, you need to kind of take it apart. You can either clap 2/8, 2/8, quarter, or you just play that one note. Then you say, okay, I think I have a sense of that. Some of you have learned how to count. You can also then do the rhythm by counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and right? Get the rhythm in your head. Then you can do the notes. So 4 on G, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and because that C is on beat number 4. The E before that was on beat number 3. And the GA at the beginning shares beat number 1. And the GF shares beat number 2. That's why we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that same bar is here. Repeat it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you have to move your hand down. Okay? If you're only playing melody, you will have to move your hand down. That's the ledger lines that in the other video about ledger line I explains. Where's that weird note with the 2 lines on top of it? That's called a ledger line. But I gave you the name of the notes here, G. So you got it. C, middle C and G and C and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's important to count the end, even if you don't have notes to play. Because if not, you might be playing those 8th note bars like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you just go. No, you can't, because it's the same song. So you have to go at the same speed. You were going at the speed of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then it makes sense, right? So that's a common mistake. That's why I insisted on explaining that. A common mistake is when you have notes that are running, like in that bar. Bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 6, the 8th note's running, and then you get to a slower note, like a quarter note, and you guys just don't count anymore. You just do da 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 da. No, you can't. Until you practice this bar with the eighth notes very quickly, like just start increasing the difficulty of that bar. So da, 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 da. If you're able to play at that speed, your counting is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then that is the speed of, right? That's the same speed. Then you can play your song from the beginning at the same speed of. Two, because it's a half note. Two. Now. And the second time. And move your hand quick. Two. Two. That is a very, very, very fast speed that we jump to. But how do I know what speed I should go at is the speed of the most difficult bars, which are the bar I have a little highlight there, the bars with the eighth notes. If your eighth notes can only be at this speed, that's fine. How do you know what speed you're going? Then play this one and tap your feet. If you don't know how to use a metronome, then take 3, 4 and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then count 1 empty, 1, 2, 3. That's my speed, and I start the song in that speed. That's a common mistake when we get songs with eighth notes, that we would start too fast and then we get to that difficult section and we slow down the song, basically. Okay, so I do not want to hear recordings uploaded on Pronto with which is this speed, and then you start, here you go. So that means that if you're practicing like that, you don't know how to practice. And I've just shown you how to practice, because this bar that has the most difficult rhythm is the bar that will hold you down. This is the bar that will give you the speed you should be practicing at. And that's how you would know, oh, what speed should I begin? Practice the most difficult bar, tap your foot or nod your head, feel the beat of the speed you have, then stop, keep tapping, and sway your body to absorb that speed. And oh, I'm going at that speed, okay. Then you begin the beginning in the correct speed. Common mistake for all students, not just beginners, all students.